So, Sonali, once again, we see that it pays to, or you have to pay to compete in the talent war. Is this something we're expecting from Morgan Stanley and Bank of America today as well?
We certainly are. And remember, Bank of America is the firm that said early last year, before we were talking about this at scale, that they would ask their vendors to pay at least $15 in minimum wage, and they would be paying $25 by 2025. So we saw them really ahead of the curve on a larger scale. But what does this mean for that investment banking staff at the very top rung of the pay scale? Remember, Kaylee, some of these costs to raise pay for junior bankers just kind of helps you keep costs more consistent. By the time they're second-year analysts, the hope is that they'll make, maybe $200,000, but it keeps costs pretty stable by setting a new standard here on Wall Street, and the pay is a little higher at the boutiques. I want to point out something else that Goldman had said yesterday, and it's to the extent that the environment changes this year, their compensation model is highly variable. So the idea that these costs can stick around consistently doesn't need to be true.
It's interesting that I'm just looking at the average rent in Manhattan. The New York Post has it at over $4,000. So even 100, 110 seems rough for a first-year banker, especially considering, I guess, with the hours they put in, they can sleep at the office.
They have, nobody wants to whine for the investment bank, the junior bankers, but at the same time, you're right. After rent and after student loans, it's not like these young people are soaking in cash, and they start to cap out even 4 years, 5 years later, until they get much older.